Every comet in history was feared, except the one that arrived at Christmas. Now another one's coming. For millennia, comets were harbingers of doom, disaster, death. When Halley's comet appeared in 1066, it was seen as an omen before the Norman Conquest. Ancient Romans recorded comets before assassinations and plagues. The Chinese called them broom stars that swept away the old order, usually violently. Across every civilization, every culture, every era, the pattern held. A bright visitor in the sky meant something terrible was coming. Famine, war, the fall of kingdoms, divine punishment. Except once. 2,000 years ago, a celestial visitor appeared during winter. Ancient astronomers watched it move across the sky. Historical records from China, Babylon, and Rome all documented something unusual in the heavens around 5 to 2 BC. But this time, instead of interpreting it as doom, the Magi followed it. They saw it as an announcement of something profound, a cosmic signal pointing toward transformation, not destruction, but creation, not ending, but beginning. The Star of Bethlehem. The only time in human history a comet-like phenomenon was interpreted as good news. What made that one different? Why did that singular celestial visitor inspire hope instead of terror? The timing. Christmas. The season of renewal. The darkest days of winter when humanity craves light and promise. The moment when cultural narrative frames cosmic events through hope rather than fear. December 19th, 2025. Atlas makes its closest approach to Earth 6 days before Christmas, and humanity is divided. Again. Some fear impact, the collision scenario, a 5-kilometer object with the mass to trigger global catastrophe, extinction-level consequences if trajectory changes, the ancient fear of comets as destroyers, alive and well in 2025. Some fear deception, blue beam theories, manufactured disclosure, the possibility that Atlas isn't what it appears to be, that powerful institutions are orchestrating the narrative, that we're being manipulated through staged cosmic theater. Some fear what it carries: unknown biology, interstellar contamination, organisms from another stellar system that our immune systems have never encountered, panspermia as threat rather than origin story. 3 different fears, same ancient instinct, comets mean danger. But there's another perspective, the one that sees Atlas as gift. First contact, the confirmation that we're not alone, that intelligence arose elsewhere in the cosmos, that technological civilizations can survive long enough to explore the galaxy, that the universe is populated, not empty. Scientific knowledge, direct physical evidence from another stellar system, chemistry formed under different conditions, planetary formation processes we've only theorized about, data that expands our understanding of how solar systems evolve, cosmic perspective, the realization that Earth isn't the center, that our concerns are local, not universal, that looking up changes how we see ourselves, that visitors from beyond remind us we're part of something vastly larger. 3 different hopes. Same profound shift. Comets mean transformation. The academic world mirrors this split. NASA held a press conference and declared Atlas definitely a comet. Nothing unusual, natural explanation. Move along. The institutional position is dismissal, no reason for excitement or alarm. Avi Loeb takes the opposite stance. Harvard astrophysicist, publicly advocating for the technological hypothesis, arguing the anomalies demand investigation, pushing for comprehensive observation. The scientific position is curiosity, legitimate reason for both excitement and caution. 2 reactions, 2 interpretations, 2,000 years after the Star of Bethlehem, and we still can't agree on what celestial visitors mean. But here's what makes this moment unique. December 19th will force us to choose the James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble, Hundreds of ground observatories, spectroscopic measurements of jet velocities, composition analysis, structural imaging. The data will show us what Atlas actually is. Natural sublimation at 400 meters per second or artificial propulsion at kilometers per second. Ice chemistry or industrial ratios. Random interstellar debris or targeted navigation. And when that data arrives, humanity will interpret it through the same lens we've always used. Fear or hope, threat or gift, omen or miracle. The Star of Bethlehem was interpreted as divine announcement because it arrived during a season of hope. The cultural context shaped the meaning. Christmas transformed a potentially terrifying celestial event into a symbol of promise. Atlas arrives during the same season, the same darkest days of winter, the same moment when humanity traditionally chooses light over darkness. Will we see it as the Star of Bethlehem, or as every other comet in history? We're standing at the same crossroads, an interstellar visitor, timing that seems too perfect, data incoming that will force interpretation. Some will see threat, some will see deception, some will see contamination, others will see contact, knowledge, perspective. The object itself doesn't change, only our interpretation of it. December 19th, the data comes in, and we decide which story Atlas belongs to. The story of comets as omens of death, or the story of visitors bearing cosmic truth. Gift or omen, hope or fear, you decide. History is watching to see if we've learned anything in 2,000 years.